What if I told you that a successful businessman lost everything, his company, his marriage, and his fortune, because he made one crucial mistake with the law of attraction? What if a brilliant scientist spent 15 years visualizing her dream discovery, only to watch her research colleague achieve it instead, all because she fell into the second deadly trap? What if the very techniques that millions believe will create abundance are actually the same ones that can destroy lives when applied incorrectly? These aren't theories or speculation. These are documented cases of people whose lives were devastated by misunderstanding the law of attraction. Today, you'll meet 7 individuals whose stories will shock you, educate you, and potentially save you from making the same catastrophic errors. Because the difference between manifestation and destruction often lies in subtle mistakes that most people never recognize until it's too late. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could change everything you thought you knew about conscious creation. First mistake, the Desperation Trap. Thomas Mitchell was living the American dream. At 47, he owned a thriving construction company in Denver, employed 63 people, and had just purchased a $2.8 million home in the suburbs. His wife Jennifer was 7 months pregnant with their second child, and life seemed perfect. Then the 2008 financial crisis hit like a tsunami. Within 6 months, Thomas lost every major contract. His clients couldn't pay outstanding invoices totaling $1.2 million. Banks called in loans. Workers had to be laid off. The dream house went into foreclosure. Jennifer's pregnancy became high risk due to stress. Thomas found himself staring at bankruptcy papers on his kitchen table, watching his life disintegrate in real time. That's when his sister introduced him to the law of attraction. She handed him The Secret DVD and said, "This will solve everything." Thomas, desperate for any solution, threw himself into manifestation with the intensity of a drowning man grabbing a life preserver. He visualized for hours daily, created vision boards covering every wall of his home office, and repeated affirmations thousands of times. But here's where Thomas made the first fatal mistake. He approached the law of attraction from a place of desperation, fear, and scarcity. Neuroscientist Dr. Daniel Siegel's research reveals that when the brain operates in survival mode, it activates the amygdala and shuts down the prefrontal cortex, the exact region needed for creative visualization and positive manifestation. Thomas's energy was completely contaminated by panic. Every visualization session was colored by terror of losing everything. Every affirmation was spoken through gritted teeth, fighting back tears of desperation. Instead of attracting abundance, Thomas was broadcasting scarcity to the universe at the highest possible volume. The results were catastrophic. Thomas's remaining clients sensed his desperation and lost confidence in his abilities. His marriage crumbled under the pressure of his obsessive visualization schedules and increasingly erratic behavior. His health deteriorated from stress. Within 2 years, Thomas had lost not just his business and house, but his wife, his children, and his sanity. The tragic irony: Thomas was using the law of attraction correctly in terms of technique, but the emotional foundation was poisoned by desperation. The universe responded to his true vibration, fear, and scarcity, not his conscious desires. Dr. Rick Hanson's neuroplasticity research shows that the brain cannot distinguish between real and imagined experiences, but it can distinguish between different emotional states during visualization. When we visualize from desperation, we're actually programming our neural networks for more desperate situations. Thomas's story teaches us the first crucial rule: never attempt manifestation from a place of desperation. The energy of neediness repels exactly what you're trying to attract. The law of attraction responds to your dominant emotional state, not your conscious wishes. Second mistake: the passive waiting syndrome. Doctor, Amanda Foster's story reveals the second deadly mistake, and it's one that destroys more dreams than any other factor. Amanda was a brilliant molecular biologist at Harvard Medical School, working on revolutionary cancer research. For 15 years, she had been visualizing a specific breakthrough, a targeted therapy that would make chemotherapy obsolete. Amanda was meticulous in her practice. Every morning at 5 a.m., she would sit in her laboratory before anyone arrived and visualize her discovery with scientific precision. She saw herself publishing in Nature magazine, receiving the Nobel Prize, and most importantly, watching cancer patients walk out of hospitals completely cured. Her visualization was detailed, emotional, and consistent. But Amanda made a fatal error that cost her everything she had worked for. She fell into what researchers call passive waiting syndrome. Amanda believed that if she visualized perfectly, the universe would simply deliver her breakthrough without any additional effort on her part. She had misunderstood a crucial principle. The law of attraction is not a substitute for intelligent action. It's a guidance system for inspired action. While Amanda sat in meditation for hours daily, her research colleague, Dr. Marcus Chen, was taking a different approach. Marcus also used visualization, but he treated it as a compass, not a destination. When Marcus visualized his research breakthroughs, he paid attention to the insights and inspirations that arose during meditation. Then, he acted on them immediately. Marcus noticed during one visualization session that he felt drawn to investigate a specific protein pathway that seemed irrelevant to their current research. Instead of dismissing this inspiration as random, Marcus followed the lead. He requested access to databases that Amanda had never considered, collaborated with departments that seemed unrelated to their work, and pursued research directions that appeared to be detours. The devastating conclusion came after 15 years of Amanda's passive waiting. Marcus published the exact breakthrough that Amanda had been visualizing, the targeted cancer therapy that made chemotherapy obsolete. Marcus received the recognition, the funding, and the platform to help millions of patients. Amanda watched from the sidelines as her dreams materialized in someone else's life. The bitter truth Amanda discovered too late: the law of attraction doesn't deliver outcomes to passive recipients. It delivers opportunities, insights, and inspired actions to those who are actively engaged in their field. Amanda had been waiting for the universe to hand her a completed discovery. Marcus had been using the universe as a guidance system to direct his research efforts. Quantum physicist Dr. Amit Goswami's research suggests that consciousness doesn't create reality through thought alone, but through the collapse of quantum possibilities into specific outcomes via conscious choice and action. Visualization creates the quantum field of possibilities. Inspired action collapses those possibilities into reality. Amanda's tragedy teaches us the second crucial rule. The law of attraction is not a cosmic delivery service. It's an intelligent system that guides you toward the actions, people, and opportunities that will manifest your desires. Passive waiting is the kiss of death for manifestation. What's your experience with these first two mistakes? Have you ever found yourself visualizing from desperation or waiting passively for the universe to deliver? I'm genuinely curious about your perspective and any insights you've gained from your own journey with the law of attraction. Third mistake: the Contradiction Cascade. Maria Santos learned about the third fatal mistake in the most heartbreaking way possible. At 53, Maria was a single mother in Phoenix, working 2 jobs to support her 16-year-old daughter Sophia, who was battling leukemia. Maria's life was a constant struggle between hospital visits, insurance battles, and trying to maintain hope while watching her daughter's condition deteriorate. When Maria discovered the law of attraction through a friend's recommendation, she saw it as her last hope. She began visualizing Sophia's complete recovery with desperate intensity. Every morning before her shift at the diner, every evening after her housekeeping job, and every moment during Sophia's chemotherapy sessions, Maria would close her eyes and see her daughter healthy, vibrant, and cancer-free. But Maria unknowingly created what researchers call a contradiction cascade, a pattern where conscious desires are systematically undermined by unconscious fears and beliefs. While Maria consciously visualized Sophia's health, her subconscious mind was running a completely different program. Dr. Bruce Lipton's epigenetic research reveals that our conscious mind operates only 5% of the time, while our subconscious programming runs 95% of our mental activity. Maria's conscious visualizations were like a small boat trying to sail against a tsunami of unconscious terror. Every time Maria visualized Sophia's recovery, her subconscious immediately activated catastrophic scenarios. She would see Sophia healthy, then immediately worry about the cost of experimental treatments. She would imagine Sophia's energy returning, then panic about the latest test results. She would feel gratitude for healing, then be overwhelmed by fear of losing her daughter. The contradiction was devastating. Maria was essentially sending mixed signals to the universe: hope and terror, faith and panic, gratitude and desperation, all simultaneously. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza's research on heart-brain coherence, contradictory emotions create chaotic electromagnetic fields that actually repel desired outcomes. Maria's energy signature was schizophrenic. She was broadcasting, "Please heal my daughter," and "I'm terrified she's going to die," in the same emotional transmission. The universe responded to the dominant signal, fear. Sophia's condition continued to worsen despite Maria's dedicated visualization practice. The doctors recommended increasingly aggressive treatments with diminishing success rates. Maria's faith in the law of attraction began to crumble as she watched her desperate efforts produce no results. The breakthrough came when Maria met Dr. Linda Morrison, a therapist who specialized in medical family dynamics. Dr. Morrison explained the concept of emotional coherence, the alignment between conscious desires and unconscious beliefs. Maria realized she had to address her underlying terror before her visualizations could be effective. Maria began a systematic process of emotional clearing. Instead of suppressing her fears during visualization, she acknowledged them completely. She wrote pages of her worst-case scenarios, then consciously chose different beliefs. She practiced what Dr. Morrison called fear-integrated faith, feeling terrified and trusting simultaneously. The transformation was gradual but profound. As Maria achieved emotional coherence between her conscious hopes and unconscious fears, Sophia's condition stabilized. When Maria stopped fighting her terror and learned to feel afraid while still trusting in healing possibilities, Sophia began responding to treatments that had previously failed. Thank you for staying with me through these challenging but crucial insights. I'm truly grateful that you're investing your time in understanding these life-changing principles, because what I'm about to share in the next sections could save you years of frustration and heartbreak. And trust me, the most powerful revelations are still ahead. Fourth mistake: the timing obsession. Jonathan Wheeler's story exposes the fourth fatal mistake that has destroyed countless manifestation attempts. Jonathan was a software engineer in Seattle, earning a comfortable six-figure salary, but dreaming of becoming a full-time travel photographer. At 38, he felt time slipping away and decided to use the law of attraction to accelerate his career transition. Jonathan approached manifestation with the same systematic precision he used in coding. He set a specific timeline: 12 months to transition from software engineering to profitable travel photography. He visualized exactly which magazines would feature his work, calculated precisely how much income he needed by what dates, and created detailed monthly milestones for his transformation. But Jonathan made a catastrophic error. that millions of people make. He became obsessed with controlling the timing and specific details of how his manifestation would unfold. He had confused manifestation with project management. Dr. Deepak Chopra's research on synchronicity reveals that the universe operates on principles of organic timing and non-linear causation. Jonathan was trying to force a natural, flowing process into a rigid, mechanical timeline. Every week that passed without hitting his predetermined milestones became evidence that the law of attraction wasn't working. Jonathan's obsession with timing created a toxic cycle of frustration and doubt. When he didn't receive his first magazine assignment by month 3, he doubled his visualization efforts. When he hadn't quit his day job by month 6, he began questioning whether his dreams were realistic. When he hadn't reached his income targets by month 9, he started researching what's wrong with the law of attraction. The timing obsession was poisoning Jonathan's energy field. Instead of maintaining the joyful anticipation that attracts opportunities, he was broadcasting impatience, frustration, and doubt. His photography, which had once flowed naturally from inspiration, became forced and mechanical as he tried to create portfolio pieces that fit his timeline rather than his artistic vision. The real tragedy was that opportunities were presenting themselves, but Jonathan couldn't recognize them because they didn't match his predetermined schedule. A local travel agency offered him a small assignment that could have led to bigger opportunities, but Jonathan dismissed it because it wasn't the magazine feature he had visualized. A photographer friend invited him to assist on a major expedition, but Jonathan declined because it would have required taking unpaid leave that wasn't in his 12-month plan. Jonathan's rigidity was repelling the very synchronicities that could have accelerated his success. The universe was offering stepping stones, but Jonathan was looking for elevators. The crisis came in month 10, when Jonathan realized he was further from his goal than when he started. His savings were depleted from expensive photography equipment purchases. His day job performance had suffered from his divided attention. His passion for photography had been replaced by anxiety about deadlines. Jonathan concluded that the law of attraction was a fraud and abandoned his dreams entirely. 3 years later, Jonathan learned what had gone wrong. Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith's teachings on life visioning revealed that successful manifestation requires what he calls divine timing, a surrender to the universe's organic unfolding process. The most successful manifestors set intentions but release attachment to specific timelines and methods. Jonathan's colleague Sarah, who had started her own creative transition around the same time, had taken a completely different approach. Sarah visualized her end goal clearly, but remained open to unexpected pathways and timing. When opportunities arose that didn't match her expectations, she said yes anyway. Within 2 years, Sarah had successfully transitioned to a thriving career as a documentary filmmaker, not through her original plan, but through a series of synchronistic opportunities that she recognized and embraced. Jonathan's mistake teaches us the fourth crucial rule. The universe operates on divine timing, not human schedules. Obsessing over when and how your manifestation will occur creates resistance that actually delays the process. Trust the timing, stay open to unexpected pathways, and recognize that detours are often shortcuts in disguise. Fifth, mistake. The Worthiness Wound. Catherine Bennett's story reveals perhaps the most heartbreaking of all manifestation mistakes, one that affects millions of people who never even realize they're sabotaging themselves. Catherine was a talented interior designer in Charleston, South Carolina, who had spent 3 years visualizing her dream of owning a high-end design firm serving wealthy clients in historic mansions. Catherine's visualization practice was impeccable. She could see every detail of her elegant showroom, feel the luxurious fabrics she would specify, and hear the gratitude of clients whose homes she had transformed. She had created vision boards, written detailed affirmations, and maintained consistent meditation practices. Yet despite years of dedicated effort, Catherine remained stuck working for someone else, handling modest residential projects that barely utilized her extraordinary talents. The breakthrough came during a session with spiritual counselor Dr. Rachel Martinez, who specialized in what she called prosperity consciousness. Dr. Martinez asked Catherine a simple question that revealed everything. Do you believe you deserve the life you're visualizing? Catherine's immediate response was, of course I do. But when Dr. Martinez pressed deeper, asking Catherine to sit quietly and feel into her worthiness, the truth emerged. Deep in Catherine's subconscious were beliefs she had inherited from her grandmother. People like us don't have fancy things. Rich people are selfish and shallow. It's noble to struggle and wrong to live luxuriously. Catherine had been raised in a working-class family that viewed wealth with suspicion and moral judgment. Her grandmother, who had raised her after her parents' divorce, constantly made comments about those rich people who didn't deserve what they had and forgot where they came from. These childhood messages had created what Dr. Martinez called a worthiness wound, a deep subconscious belief that Catherine didn't deserve abundance. The devastating reality was that Catherine's conscious mind wanted success, while her subconscious mind believed she was unworthy of it. According to Dr. Robert Williams' research on psychological kinesiology, the subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind in determining behavior and outcomes. Every time Catherine visualized her luxury design firm, her subconscious immediately activated shame and guilt. Every time she imagined serving wealthy clients, her inner programming whispered that she was betraying her roots. Every time she felt excitement about financial success, her worthiness wound reminded her that people like her weren't meant for that kind of life. Catherine was unknowingly practicing success repulsion rather than success attraction. Her energy field was sending mixed messages. I want abundance paired with I don't deserve abundance. The universe responded to the stronger signal, her subconscious unworthiness programming. The healing process was complex and emotional. Catherine had to consciously identify and heal decades of conditioning that equated wealth with moral failure. She worked with Dr. Martinez to understand that serving affluent clients wasn't betraying her values. It was expressing her highest talents in service of beauty and transformation. Catherine learned to separate money from morality, recognizing that financial abundance could amplify her ability to help others rather than corrupt her character. She practiced what Dr. Martinez called worthiness visualization, seeing herself not just achieving success, but deserving it completely. The transformation took 18 months of consistent inner work. As Catherine healed her worthiness wound, external opportunities began appearing effortlessly. A wealthy client discovered her work through a friend's recommendation. That project led to referrals within Charleston's elite social circles. Within 2 years of healing her subconscious programming, Catherine had launched her luxury design firm and was booked solid with high-end projects. Catherine's story illustrates the fifth crucial rule: you cannot attract what you don't believe you deserve. Worthiness wounds, often inherited from family programming, can sabotage even the most dedicated manifestation practices. Healing your relationship with deservingness is often the key that unlocks everything else. Sixth mistake: the Specificity Paradox. David Kim's experience reveals the sixth fatal mistake that has confused millions of law of attraction practitioners. David was a marketing executive in Los Angeles who wanted to attract his soulmate. At 42 and recently divorced, David was ready for a conscious, committed relationship with the woman of his dreams. David approached romantic manifestation with the same detail-oriented precision that had made him successful in marketing. He created an exhaustive list of his ideal partner's characteristics. She would be exactly 5'6", tall with auburn hair and green eyes, hold a master's degree in psychology or related field, practice yoga and meditation daily, love hiking and sushi, drive a white BMW, live within 15 miles of Santa Monica, have traveled to at least 20 countries, speak fluent French, and share his passion for environmental activism. David visualized this specific woman with photographic detail. He could see her face clearly, hear her voice, feel her presence beside him. He practiced gratitude for their relationship as if it already existed. He cleared space in his apartment for her belongings and even bought tickets to events they would attend together. But David made a critical error that prevented his manifestation from occurring. He confused specificity with limitation. Instead of describing the essence of what he wanted to experience in a relationship, David had created a physical and logistical checklist that excluded 99.9% of potentially compatible partners. Relationship expert Dr. John Gottman's research reveals that successful long-term partnerships are based on emotional compatibility, shared values, and mutual respect, not physical specifications or lifestyle details. David's list was eliminating women who could have been perfect matches for his soul, while targeting criteria that had little correlation with relationship success. The universe began presenting David with opportunities to meet amazing women, but he rejected them all because they didn't match his predetermined specifications. Sarah was brilliant, kind, and shared his values perfectly, but she was 5'3" with blonde hair. Maria was emotionally mature, spiritually aligned, and incredibly attractive to David, but she was a massage therapist rather than a psychologist. Jennifer was his intellectual equal with an adventurous spirit, but she drove a Honda and lived in Pasadena. David's rigidity was blocking the very connections he was trying to attract. He had become so focused on the packaging that he couldn't recognize the content. His specificity had transformed from a clarity tool into a limitation system. The wake-up call came when David's friend introduced him to Elena, a woman who embodied everything David truly wanted in a partnership. Elena was intelligent, spiritually conscious, emotionally available, and shared David's deepest values. They had incredible chemistry and natural compatibility, but Elena was 5'8", with dark hair, held a PhD in environmental science rather than psychology, and drove a Prius. David's first instinct was to dismiss Elena because she didn't match his visualization. But something made him pause and consider what he was doing. He realized he was choosing his mental image over his actual experience of connection and compatibility. David made a crucial decision to release his specific physical criteria and focus instead on how he wanted to feel in a relationship. He visualized experiencing deep emotional intimacy, intellectual stimulation, spiritual growth, and joyful partnership. Without specifying the physical package these experiences would come in, the relationship with Elena flourished beyond David's wildest dreams. She exceeded his expectations in ways he never could have imagined or specified. Their connection was deeper, their compatibility more profound, and their partnership more fulfilling than anything David's detailed list could have produced. David's story teaches us the sixth crucial rule: specify the essence, not the form. Focus on how you want to feel and what you want to experience, but remain open to how the universe delivers those experiences. Excessive specificity can become a limitation that blocks better opportunities than you could have imagined. Seventh mistake: the sharing sabotage. The seventh and final fatal mistake is revealed through Jessica Martinez's heartbreaking story. Jessica was a talented chef in Austin, Texas, who had been working toward opening her own farm-to-table restaurant for 5 years. She had developed innovative recipes, identified the perfect location, and created a detailed business plan for what would become Austin's premier sustainable dining destination. Jessica was excited about her manifestation journey and wanted to share her dreams with everyone around her. She told her family about her visualization practices, described her restaurant concept to friends, and posted her progress on social media. Jessica believed that sharing her dreams would attract support and create accountability. But Jessica unknowingly triggered what Dr. Derek Sivers calls social reality substitution, a psychological phenomenon where talking about goals provides enough satisfaction to reduce motivation for achieving them. When we share our intentions, the social recognition and encouragement we receive can trick our brain into feeling like we've already accomplished something. The damage went far deeper than reduced motivation. Jessica's family members, who came from traditional backgrounds, began expressing doubt about her risky restaurant venture. Her father repeatedly asked about her backup plan. Her mother suggested she should be more realistic and think about job security. Her brother told her that 90% of restaurants fail and questioned whether she was cut out for business ownership. Jessica's friends, while well-meaning, became sources of constant doubt and distraction. They shared stories of other restaurant failures, asked detailed questions that highlighted challenges Jessica hadn't considered, and offered unsolicited advice based on no actual experience in the restaurant industry. The most devastating aspect was social media feedback. Jessica's posts about her dreams attracted a mixture of support and skepticism. Strangers commented on the difficulties of the restaurant business, shared negative statistics, and questioned her qualifications. The constant stream of doubt and concern began infiltrating Jessica's consciousness. Dr. Sherry Turkle's research on social media psychology reveals that external feedback significantly impacts our internal belief systems. Jessica's confidence, which had been solid when her dreams were private, began eroding under the weight of collective doubt and unsolicited advice. Jessica made the fatal mistake of allowing other people's fears, limitations, and negative experiences to contaminate her manifestation field. She had opened her dreams to people who weren't aligned with her vision and didn't understand the law of attraction principles she was applying. The result was predictable but heartbreaking. Jessica's energy shifted from confident expectation to defensive justification. She spent more time explaining and defending her dreams than visualizing their fulfillment. Her manifestation practice became contaminated with doubt and worry that hadn't existed before she started sharing. Jessica's motivation began declining as the social satisfaction of discussing her dreams replaced the drive to achieve them. Her visualization sessions became less frequent and less powerful as other people's negative voices echoed in her mind. After 3 years of consistent manifestation practice, Jessica abandoned her restaurant dream and returned to working in other people's kitchens. The tragedy was completely preventable. Jessica's dreams were valid, her skills were exceptional, and her manifestation practice had been effective before she diluted it with other people's energy. She had given away her power by seeking validation and support from people who couldn't provide it. In contrast, Jessica's colleague Maria kept her restaurant dreams completely private for 2 years while building her manifestation practice. Maria only shared her plans with one trusted mentor who understood both the restaurant business and conscious creation principles. When Maria was ready to take action, she had maintained the pure energy of her vision without contamination from doubt, fear, or negative feedback. Maria successfully opened her restaurant and created exactly what she had visualized: a thriving farm-to-table establishment that became a community cornerstone. Jessica's story teaches us the 7th crucial rule: protect your dreams from contamination. Share your goals only with people who support your vision and understand your manifestation process. Most people project their own fears and limitations onto others' dreams. Your manifestation energy is precious. Guard it carefully. Conclusion. These 7 fatal mistakes have destroyed more dreams than any external obstacles ever could. Thomas Mitchell's Desperation Trap, Dr. Amanda Foster's Passive Waiting Syndrome, Maria Santos's Contradiction Cascade, Jonathan Wheeler's Timing Obsession, Catherine Bennett's Worthiness Wound, David Kim's Specificity Paradox, and Jessica Martinez's Sharing Sabotage represent the most common ways people sabotage their own manifestation efforts. But here's what gives me hope. Every single one of these mistakes is completely preventable. Every tragic outcome could have been avoided with proper understanding of how the law of attraction actually works. These aren't failures of the universal principles, they're failures of application. Thomas learned to approach manifestation from abundance rather than desperation. Amanda discovered how to use visualization as a guidance system rather than a waiting room. Maria achieved emotional coherence between her conscious hopes and unconscious fears. Jonathan embraced divine timing over human schedules. Catherine healed her worthiness wound and claimed her right to abundance. David focused on essence rather than form. Jessica learned to protect her dreams from contamination. Each of them eventually achieved their desires, but only after understanding and correcting these fatal mistakes. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 mistakes hit closest to home? Have you recognized any of these patterns in your own manifestation attempts? What insights have you gained from these stories that you can apply to your own law of attraction practice? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and insights could help thousands of other viewers avoid these same deadly traps. And if you found these real-life lessons valuable, please subscribe to our channel for more documented stories of manifestation successes and failures. Right now, I want you to watch our next recommended video about the 4 secrets of the law of attraction that only masters know. These aren't widely discussed principles, but they're the difference between amateur manifestation attempts and professional-level conscious creation. The first secret alone will revolutionize how you approach visualization and could accelerate your results beyond anything you've experienced before. Remember, the law of attraction is real, powerful, and available to everyone. But like any powerful tool, it must be used correctly to produce the results you desire. Learn from these 7 fatal mistakes, and you'll join the ranks of those who manifest their dreams rather than sabotage them.